My only problem with ICE is that they're going after every minority group except black people. I mean, you're trying to reduce crime. You can just give them more room to breathe. Can you imagine the shape you have to be in to deport black people?
Did y'all feel all that hate? That was not a joke. That was just hate. Because there's nothing funny about wishing harm on another community. It's nothing funny to wish that harm comes to another community. The black Americans in the audience were not laughing, and this man clearly is not living up to his stereotype of being smart, because there's no such thing as an undocumented black American. Black Americans cannot be deported. And he want to talk about crime. Let's talk about the massage parlors, right? All that human trafficking, all that sex trafficking. Where do you think the terms came from? Me love you long time. Human trafficking, sex trafficking. Maybe ICE need to pay K-Town a visit. Maybe ICE need to pay Chinatown a visit, because I'm pretty sure they could save a lot of kidnapped women, a lot of women that's being trafficked from these industries. So it's funny how, nobody wish harm. The black American community never wish harm on another community, but the hate is always out there towards black Americans. No one's even thinking about Asians, right? And you have this joke. What about the ICE jokes? The people who's rounding people up, right? Then Trump said like 80% ICE agents was like Latino or something like that. What about the jokes towards the Latino community that's actually rounding y'all up, right? Man, the hate is real. There's no allies.
How can a member of a minority group make such racist jokes about another minority group? That was so disrespectful to the black American community. And we have seen how many black Americans in his audiences were not laughing. After making these jokes, many black Americans came out and started calling out this. Even many Asian Americans, they came out and they were against what Hans Kim has said. I want us to watch all of these reactions of these Asian Americans and Black Americans, analyze them, hear what they're trying to tell us, and then at the end, we come back with our own insights. Please stay tuned. And as you're watching, remember that the whole credits belong to original creators of the clips that are featured in this video. And if you want to support us, please like this video. Let's get into it.
Hans Kim is one of those comedians that you'll see a clip of him and you're like, oh, this guy's kind of funny, I guess. And then you'll see a couple more clips of him and you're like, oh, this guy's not even a comedian. He's just racist. He just goes on stage and is racist. And people think he's telling jokes. No.
Did you get picked? Like, I know some of the people in the crowd were laughing with you, but the shit wasn't funny. And knowing how uneducated people are in America, especially about black Americans, you can't convince me that some of the people that were voting against their best interests were doing that so that black Americans could potentially be terrorized by ICE. Like, I remember the rhetoric in February and January of last year. Then they were like, oh, ICE isn't going to come after us. We're citizens, and we're naturalized citizens. They made an amendment to make sure that we have our rights. And that's when some of these people were like, wait, black Americans actually have rights? They treat them like shit, but they got rights? They got more rights than us. This is making me angry. And it's just like, it's crazy how much these people hate us and how much they're willing to bend to white supremacy to get a little laugh off the backs of black people. And it's just like, shit wasn't even funny to begin with. And it's just, yeah, man, I don't know. Like, why is everybody so concerned about black Americans all the time? I really don't get it.
So, this ridiculous joke pushes a narrative that black people are somehow exempt from a system that historically incarcerated us. So, you really believe we're getting special privileges? And you want to know the crazy part? This joke didn't even hold up because, first of all, black immigrants are deported every year. Haitians, Jamaicans, Caribbeans, Africans. Did we forget? So, if you found this joke funny, ask yourself why it was funny to you. Because if comedy has to rely on misinformation, it's no longer comedy, it's scapegoating.
Being black in America is funny to everybody except us, because we actually have to live through all the BS. We've had to live through it, and we continue to live through it. And now we have comedians who are finding humor in their racist jokes against us.
Asian American, the only valid reaction you should have to that video is disgust and, frankly, embarrassment. And now, when Asian communities are under attack, the fact that we're still throwing the Black community under the bus shows how desperate some of us are to cling to this proximity to whiteness as our saving grace, as if that is going to keep us safe and protect our families when it never has before. A lot of us talk about how Asian discrimination and racism is downplayed, but it shouldn't come as a surprise when so many of us are so quick to disavow any solidarity with other communities of color. If you are part of an immigrant family, I know you know how rampant anti-blackness is in our world, and to see it perpetuated in the name of humor and an unfunny joke is embarrassing.
The Stop Asian Hate bill was symbolic anyway, so I guess we can bring it back. If you know anything about Hans Kim, you're not surprised. This is the same man who made this comment about The Little Mermaid.
Come back to America and what do I see? Black Little Mermaid. One of the races that are known for being one of the worst at swimming.
This is the same man that ranked his least favorite racial groups or ethnic groups.
Number 1, least favorite minority group, according to Hans Kim, is
the blacks.
At some point, I think you just hate Black people. You might be wondering, why would someone do this? Especially since a lot of these jokes are very tired. You know, we heard them in the early 2000s. You might be wondering, like, well, why are we still doing this in this day and age? And I mean, he might actually, like, hate Black people. I'm assuming at this point he does, because that's just his material over the same years. He makes $300,000 a year, maybe more now, to say these mediocre racist jokes.
Make like 300K, so 30 weekends.
Dude, that's insane.
So the theme of people of color aligning themselves with whiteness can lead to capitalistic gains, which we've talked about over and over. It's true. And you see these sellouts, you see these creators who sell out and pander to white people, and you wonder why. There's money. There's money to be made for them. And I've said it before in this channel many times that I find comedians who make these types of very shallow, tired, racist jokes are not actually comedians. They are not talented enough to be comedians. But his main venues are all small towns and small cities, and those make racist white people laugh the most. And you can see it in all the videos. Who's chuckling the most? It's the racist white people. Besides the obvious, don't make racist jokes, the only thing I want to leave to Asian Americans, especially Asian American creators, if you're talking about topics, think before you drag another group in. Is it really relevant to the point I'm making? You know, we have our own issues, the model minority myth, the pandering to whiteness. Like, we have a lot of those issues that you can talk without actually dragging anyone else in or dragging someone else down. And that's the thing that I think a lot of Asian creators need to, like, be more cautious about. Do you really need to bring up another community to make your point? Because I think that's where a lot of us get into trouble. So hopefully we can do better. And to Han Kim's, you need to grow up. It's gross. Like, how long are you going to be dancing for these white people? Forever?
And I just think that video was kind of funny because obviously this guy don't know the history of America. Obviously he don't. And ICE would have no reason to deport black folks simply because a lot of us that are actually citizens of America, we were born here. We've been here since day one. This is actually our home and our land. We would not have a reason to be deported anywhere else. Like that, it makes no sense. Like, seriously, these folks is really crashing out and blaming black folks because ICE ain't bothering us. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, y'all need to handle y'all business. Don't put the blame on us because we ain't doing shit. Like, for real, bro. Like, y'all mad because y'all in the country illegal and they trying to get y'all ass back to where the fuck y'all came from. But y'all up put blaming the shit on black folks. Like, we doing some shit to y'all. This is a prime example why we need to stay out of this bullshit, let them folks handle their own business, and we just sit back and relax. Because obviously this is not our fight anyway. Like, seriously, I thought that video was funny because why would ICE be deporting black people when majority of us as black folks is from America? We were born here. So why would they deport us? That makes no sense. But hell, I'm just saying, what the fuck do I know?
These people keep saying we're going to get deported, we're going to get deported, we're going to get deported. They projecting because we the only people that didn't immigrate here.
We didn't migrate here. We not refugees to come over here. We not in the immigration system. We didn't have to pledge allegiance and denounce another country just to live here. We didn't do none of that. We not anchor babies. Our parents didn't come over here, didn't had us here. None of that. But they have. They have. And they hate that. They jealous of that. They jealous of that. Because number one, they thought they were going to be our replacement. They were working on it. I ain't going to lie. They were working real hard to be our replacement. Then number two, they came over here to colonize us. But when they found out that Trump made it a way where we are emancipated people, we are children of slaves, we can't be deported. They hate that and that bothers them. That jealousy and envy bothers them because they already come over here with jealousy. They already come over here with envy. But now they see we can't go nowhere. Now they want us to be scared with them. They want us to be scared of if we see an unmarked car drive past our house. They want our heart to be beating fast, you know what I mean? When we go to restaurants and we see ICE come take somebody, they want us to be scared with them. And we just out here popping fans, you know what I'm saying? Well, them fans, we just popping fans, having fun, enjoying life, talking, trying to get our money right, trying to see what's going to happen in the future. We ain't even thinking about ICE. We're not even thinking about being deported like they is. They want us to be scared like them. They want us to be worried like them. You get what I'm saying? That, and I'm like, damn, bro, like they really are jealous of us. Not just the Africans and Caribbeans, the Mexicans are jealous of us. Because they mad because they not part of the 14th Amendment. They not. There's a lot of white people not part of the 14th Amendment either. They jealous of that, bro. We can trace our family to the 1700s. Some people can go far back than that. And they don't like it. And they jealous of it. And they hate it. I know it burns them up. Like all the contempt, all the anti-blackness they say about us, the rhetoric, the stereotypes, all that stuff they spew. And that one thing they can't get is the citizenship like we have. We emancipated people and they hate that. Oh, they hate that. That burns them up. That's why they doing these scare tactics on us. That's why they doing all these things, because they want us to be fearful, just like them, of being deported.
It seems like other people are really upset that Black American citizens exist. Like ones that were actually born here, that have a lineage here. Like, y'all are so butthurt that we cannot be deported. Then they were like, oh, because when it's time for y'all to get out of here, y'all ain't going to have nowhere to go. Get out of where? Where they going to send me? Georgia? South Carolina? Y'all do know that a lot of us literally still to this day own land in this country. And the ones of us that don't know that we do, we're taking the proper steps and we're going through the proper channels to reclaim our ancestors' land. Y'all, maybe y'all don't know that, but it's so ignorant to keep assuming that we are all immigrants. Y'all are really jealous that we can't be deported anywhere. It's envy at this point, because what else is it? We don't do anything to you people. Nothing. We welcomed y'all. That was like, oh, if everybody has an issue with Black Americans, then maybe it's Black Americans. If everybody doesn't like you. No, that's not true, because we literally do not start. We do not do anything to anybody. We've literally welcomed everybody that came to this country. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Like, I saw a girl saying
This thing called the Negro Building, which I think is horrible. Nowadays, we just call it a basketball court. You know? I have been buying a lot of things through Instagram ads. I bought that purple stuff that's supposed to make yellow teeth whiter. Yeah, I've been using it on my skin.
The Negro Building?
Yeah, it's a true thing. It's history, Jamar.
I love it. Why would you have to call out Jamar like that? He was just relaxing.
I was waiting for your lips to catch up to your words, so
Wearing a, what is that, Phoenix Suns?
Yes.
You like the Suns?
No.
Right. Neither does your father. You get it?
Yes, my father.
Your father's disappointed in you.
Should be proud of me. I don't know. I haven't really talked to him. We don't really talk.
You don't talk the talk, but do you walk the walk? W-O-K. They're coming in fast, people. Don't get lost. So you don't ever call your family just to say, hi? I'm sorry. We're going to have to edit that one out. That's an edit point right there. No? All right, we'll leave it in.
I like how you're squinting and still need glasses.
Thank you, Mr. Lowercase.
I have something to say to the Asian community that is anti-black. How can you be anti-black when the black man didn't cause Agent Orange in Vietnam? The black man didn't bomb Hiroshima or Nagasaki. The black man didn't put Asian people in concentration camps after Pearl Harbor, and that was about 120,000. And the black man didn't call COVID the Kung Fu virus. While all of that being anti-black towards me, you live off of the benefits of the civil rights. The one thing you could say is thank you.
What's the most conservative thing about you?
I hate certain minorities.
Whoa! Okay.
What's your top 3 minorities that you hate?
Starting with number 3.
Sri Lankans.
We were really concerned you might just drop the N-word right from the top there. Right from the number 3 position. Then number 2, least favorite group of immigrants to Hans Kim.
Native Americans.
Why?
They're poor and dirty.
Wow. Oh, yes. There's one to go, everybody. The number 1 least favorite minority group, according to Hans Kim, is...
The blacks.
I'm making this video as an Asian American to address my fellow Asian Americans who engage in anti-black racism. Let's talk about this. For example, this right-wing Asian says, let me list all the problems that black Americans face that is shared by people of no other race. Okay, list over. Yes, it is true. If a black person has a problem, an Asian or white person has the same problem somewhere in America. There's nothing special about your race. This is, in short, white supremacy talking points. Let's address this. Here's just a very short list of the unique suffering that black Americans have had to and still have to go through. 266 years enslavement, 99 years of Jim Crow, 300% maternal mortality rate, 2% the wealth of whites, explicitly denied the GI Bill, FHA loans, and college admissions, and Social Security access. SCOTUS ruled approval to commit black genocide in Buck versus Bill, which, by the way, has never actually been overruled. Arrested 10 times more than whites for the exact same acts.
I'm so tired of the men in my community. Racism I've seen from Asians, the racism I've seen from East Asians, the racism I've seen from East Asian men is enough to send me into a psychosis. Everything I have found out about Hans Kim has been against my will, but on sight I knew that man was Korean. A lot of people have been asking me to speak up about Hans Kim and add nuance to this conversation, but genuinely, I don't think there's any nuance to be had. He is plain, dry, and simple a racist to his core. That line, give them more room to breathe, made my skin crawl. And all that word vomit about ICE and black people and Latin people, just like it was performing assimilation in real time. The black community has a saying for this called tap dancing. I don't want to use that because I feel there's historical reference there. So I feel like for Asians, it's like we're serving tea to them, like you're literally a master's lapdog. To be a raging bitch again, honestly, I am waiting for his generation to die out. Obviously not his whole generation. I'm talking about people like him, his type, and his generation to die out. Asian Americans have historically been racialized as emasculated in America under white supremacy, thus distancing themselves from blackness. In racial triangulation, Asians are valorized in comparison to black people, but still kept as foreign to white. Him being racist towards black and Latin and every other community actually is not subversive, is not funny, it's compliant and assimilatory, which is why it's so cringe and embarrassing. Asian Americans are capable of solidarity, accountability. They are capable of complexity and critique. But some of these fucks just have to go. Some Asian Americans think I'm condescending, and well, guess what? Maybe you should feel shame and embarrassment for your actions and behaviors. I think at the start of any real solidarity work, there's going to be a baseline of shame and embarrassment that you have to go through, and you have to move through it. At the end of the day, Asian Americans don't look like this fuck. We're all adults. Go get your degree in architecture, smoke your fucking Newport, and build a bridge and get the fuck over it. Shame and humiliation won't kill you, but I will. Some of y'all stay humiliating us, and I'm gonna need something to change because I'm fucking tired. Like, I'm tired. But fuck, if I expanded your attention spans, please follow my Substack.
I always tell people the day the Latino, African American, Asian, and other communities realize that they share the same oppressor is the day we start winning. Because we are the majority in this country now. We have the ability to take over this country and to do what is needed for everyone and to make things fair. But the problem is our communities are divided. They're completely divided.
Listening to those clips of Hans Kim, you can tell why people got upset. Because that wasn't even a real joke. It felt more like someone taking a shot at a whole group of black people and then put a punchline on it so it can pass as comedy. There is a big difference between being funny and being disrespectful. And of what Kim said felt more like disrespect. That whole line about ICE going after everybody except black Americans is like saying, why aren't you hurting black Americans too? That is not humor. That is not comedy. That is just wishing harm on another group. And you could even see it in his audiences. A lot of black people in his crowd were not even laughing at all because they felt like a target. And it wasn't funny for them. The crazy part is that joke doesn't even make sense because if he's talking about people of dark skin color not being deported, he was very wrong because black immigrants are being deported every day. Africans, Jamaicans, Haitians, they're being deported every single day and they're being deported by ICE. So if the whole joke is built on the idea that black people are privileged, they are being protected by the system, they're not being deported, that is very wrong. That's not even accurate. It's just coming up with the wrong narrative that paints black people as the one getting special treatment, when the history shows the exact opposite. And that is why somebody in those clips say that if a joke is based on misinformation, it's not even real comedy anymore. It will be referred to as scapegoating. And that is what it felt like for many viewers. Sometimes people think that hate has to be loud or aggressive. It doesn't. Sometimes it comes out in a calm voice with a smile, right in the middle of a joke, but with the same message, putting someone else down. And you see these kinds of patterns a lot of times. Somebody go on the stage just to crack jokes, and then they start cracking jokes about immigrants, about black Americans, about Latinos, and most of the times we find that his audience is mostly made of white people, and that performance always feels like the performance for approval, and everyone can easily feel that. And some of these comedians are earning a living off of these jokes. It's just easy laughs. You don't have to be that creative. You just have to repeat the same stereotypes that people already believe in. And I think that is not talent. The real talent is being funny by not turning the whole community into a punchline. Another thing that I didn't also like in these clips is how people, when they were calling out racism, they started throwing stereotypes back at other groups, talking about certain communities like they are all criminals, all involved in bad things. That's the same lazy thinking, just in a different direction. You can't fix disrespect by creating more disrespect. That just keeps the circle going. There were also more powerful moments when Asian Americans were speaking up and admitting that anti-racism exists in their own communities. And that is a very good move because nobody likes admitting that problems exist in their community. They also brought apart about the history where they were talking about the civil rights movement that was fought by black people who were being talked down on these Asian immigrants. And this civil rights movement did not only benefit these black people, it also benefited these Asian Americans who some of their people were talking down on black Americans. Civil rights were fought by black Americans, but it also benefits the people who are talking down on black Americans. Instead of Hans Kim going on the stage and started thanking black Americans for what they have done for his community, he just decided to come up with those racist jokes. Instead of blaming the system that is keeping power in certain hands, he started blaming another minority group. It is said that it is easier to look on sideways than to look up. And I really liked how black viewers who were in his audience didn't really laugh at his jokes because they might have pretended to laugh because everybody else was laughing, but they didn't laugh. There was nothing funny about what Hans Kim was saying. And these are the kinds of patterns that I've been seeing in many Asian Americans. They tend to be low-key racist against Black Americans. Some of them will not speak it out loud, but will be doing it in just subtle ways that can easily be noticed by the people who are used to the system in America. And I think it is a time to stop these kinds of racism. It's a time to stop these kinds of racist jokes. It's a kind for people of the minority groups in America to unite and start fighting for the same cause instead of talking down on each other, instead of hating on each other, because that will not take them anyway further from where they are. Only unity is what they need for them to develop. So that was it for today. Make sure that you like the video and also drop down in the comment section what do you think about those jokes that were being made by this Korean American Hans Kim. Mr. T is signing off. Ciao.